Hi, everybody. I'm immigration lawyer John Cuss Robbie of the JQK Immigration Law Firm headquartered in Los Angeles, California. We help people from across the world. Our location doesn't matter for the cases that we do. It's all done by mail, email, forwarding this and that, and we get it done. So we love helping couples, especially for marriage, green card cases, fiance visas, as well as investors, E2 visa, and people with extraordinary ability and talent and working in the national interest. Those are the folks of our firm. We're going to have a Q&A like we do every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. West Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, switching it up by accident, where we take your questions for general educational purposes only live here for the next half an hour. We kind of get an idea of what's going on with you, your background, all that kind of stuff. And I just remembered we've doing this since 2020, so almost 5 years now doing this, whatever the number is. And we used to have where we give away free short consultations, chats with people who kind of sign in and like randomly choose them. Might get that back in. We'll see. If anyone's listening to this and they say, "Yeah, I want that," let me know, and I'll tell you how to do it. But who knows? So we might as well get back into that. But having said that, if you're interested in a fiance visa or a marriage green card case, download our free guide, 70 plus pages. Go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com. The website is marriageimmigrationlaw.com. And if you want to schedule a private consultation with myself, it's by video. Go to jqklaw.com/contact. Again, that's jqklaw.com/contact, and fill in the little questionnaire box so you see what you need. So primarily, let's make sure I have a way to contact you, as well as if this is the case kind of type that we do. Because if you contact us, say you have an asylum case, can't help you. We don't do asylum law. And so if you have a court case, we don't do court cases. So those aren't things we focus on. So I like to catch that ahead of time so you don't waste your own time and you find the lawyer that you need. Garuba says, hi, I hope you're well. Thank you. Same to you. Having said that, we have a lot of content on TikTok, on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You can just follow us in any of those places to get more information. If you're watching on TikTok, best place to go to is our YouTube page to follow us because you get your questions in better there. JQK Law YouTube page or U.S. Immigration Talk is the formal name because here on TikTok, we get so many questions. It's hard to keep track of what's going on. How much is a private consultation? Between $250 to $325, depending on the case type that you have and various factors and what your needs are. Best thing to do is sometimes we even could quickly answer. We don't typically do this, but sometimes you could quickly answer you on email. So go, but not email, but if you fill out our questionnaire on our page. So first you go there and we'll see what's going on. For example, if you're active duty military person, a lot of time we'll just jump on a free consult too. We have different things that happen different times. If I'm super busy, I can do it. If I have a lot of time, maybe we'll just jump in, That's why it's always good to just go on the website and fill out our intake. Groove asks for I-130 application if married to U.S. citizen in September 2024 in Canada and then left as visa expired. You didn't finish up your question. I'm not sure what's going on. Jessica, is Danny happy in his relationship? I don't know what that means. Okay, why is it not scrolling down? Okay, Groove, make sure to re-ask your question. Sarah asks, if someone had mandatory service in 1989 SEPA, can they be denied for visa after administrative review done? Yeah, they probably will be denied, unfortunately, Sarah. I'm very sorry to tell you that. The situation with the IRGC or Revolutionary Guard or SEPA, different names for Iranian special militia, that's part of the government, is that they're all getting denied. So we don't, when someone in the last 5 years or 8 years, 6, 8, 7 years, ever since they assassinated the head of that system, they've been denying these. So we don't move those cases forward when they're at the National Visa Center, waiting for a solution to come. Just keep the case open because now they're going to find it. They're going to do a denial based on that. It's going to be on the record. So unfortunately, it's bad news, Sarah. Puy Diaz says, download and read the Marriage Green Card Book. Great resource. Thank you so much, Puy Diaz Validos. If you could, please leave a review. Go to JK Law on YouTube, Google, type in JQK Law, and leave a 5-star review. You don't have to write anything. Just put a star review. It really helps us out. I appreciate that. The guy is really good. I spent a lot of time on it. Ray says, and you go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com, download that. Even if you're not doing a marriage case, 70% of the stuff overlaps with other kinds of immigration too. Ray says, my fiance visa approved by USCIS. I'm waiting for embassy letter. Does Trump could affect Shizuan? Yeah, Trump will almost certainly affect your case, Ray. I'm really sorry to tell you that. Even as it is, for you to get an interview for a K-1 visa is going to take forever anyway. So it's not good for your relationship. I've had people break up because of this. But it's going to be probably years before your fiance will come here. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm not scaring you for no reason. But I mean, whatever that would be the right way of saying that. But it doesn't look good. Pradeep says, will TPS be taken on the Trump administration? I don't know. We'll see. Mohammed says, hello to you too. Chris Mars says, hello from Nashville. Good to see you. I got a question. Will the basic 3 petitions be grandfathered going to, I'm not sure what you mean by grandfathered. Just continue with the case and they'll probably be okay. No changes. But really, it requires a lot of speculation. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, so I can't really say. Uta says, can you speak on denaturalization? Why would someone be denaturalized? So this is a big scare that's going on. I did a video on all social media saying, don't be scared of this. But, sometimes the immigration department will give citizenship to a person. They had a green card. After 3 or 5 years or more, they pass the citizenship test. They get U.S. citizenship. But there was a mistake in there. Either the person had criminal history or they had issues with their background, how they got the green card, that kind of stuff. And because of that, they weren't supposed to get a green card or citizenship. And so what happens is they're trying to research that to stop it and take away citizenship from people who gave it. Now, finding that stuff out, or they already checked pretty well, so it's very rare that people are going to be in the naturalization situation. When it does happen, they'll make a big hubbub about it, but it's going to affect very few people. Like there was the only really denaturalization case I know of was this one doctor. It's a very sad, horrible story, so I have to tell it to you. But this guy was a cancer doctor, and to make money, he would tell anyone that came in they have cancer. And so he would just get money doing surgery and give chemo, making getting rich off it. I mean, it's crazy. Always get second and third opinions. Whether you're talking to a doctor or lawyer, get second and third opinions. So eventually he does naturalization. On the naturalization application for M400, there's a question that asks, have you ever committed a crime that you haven't been caught for? Have you done something that we no one noticed? And he said no. So he gets citizenship. Years later, one of his nurses tells on him, and they arrest him, put him in jail. And then once he's in prison, they also denaturalized him because they said to the question on citizenship where they ask, have you done a crime that no one knows about? You said, never done that, no. But it was supposed to be yes. And so they denaturalized him as well. So, that's the situation there. Star Falls, I'm sorry, I got cut off. What did you say about people serving SEPA? Please repeat. How do I say it slightly? Not a bad word. They have no luck right now. If you're SEPA, it's not happening. That's about it. Extremely sorry, bad news. Shaima says, what do I do if my green card expires and I'm overseas? You got to renew it properly. You got to schedule a private consultation. There's a lot of stuff I got to make sure I say properly and stuff, so it's not your situation. But you have to renew it and try to get back in. When you do an auto renew, when you renew, you get an automatic extension and get the letter. That should probably solve it, but it depends on a lot of different factors. Puerto says, would love a free consult. I'm starting a nonprofit working on deportation defense, pro bono, very low income. Puerto, I don't do any deportation defense. Are you a lawyer, first of all? If you're a lawyer, hit me up. But I don't do deportation defense, so it's not much I could tell you for that. But if you're an immigration lawyer or a lawyer general, hit me up, let me know, and we'll talk separately for that. Okay, such bad username says, hi, John, a question about reentry on advanced parole and CBP. Can CBP officer deny entry on discretion alone without concrete? Yeah, CBP could always do whatever they want. Unlikely they're going to do it, but they could always do whatever they want. But it doesn't really happen often. Hippie says, sir, how's it looking for people for IR1 interviews or receive new administration? I don't know. It depends on what country you're from, how your marriage relationship is, which backgrounds are. It's not so open-ended for everybody. Dennis says, did I hear you say K1 visa will take 2 to 3 years? What's the fastest way? The gentleman that asked had an Iranian fiance, so that's a different situation, Dennis, than maybe your situation. But, just getting the initial petition could take a year. And then which embassy is going to schedule the interview depends. So like some embassies will schedule an interview in 3-4 months. Some will take 2 years. So it's very case specific. In the fastest way depends. Like, I mean, if your fiance has extraordinary ability, they may file for extraordinary ability green card. So, if they're here on a student visa, they can file for adjustment status. They're already here. So really just case specific. Ali says, does F1 student Iranian, can they invest in the stock market and crypto during their study? You can't work, but investing is not work. So as long as you're not doing less employment, then that's okay. It's investing, that's fine. Put us falls on. My friend says blockage of parole in place prevents marriage, green card marriage. So I guess you're not a lawyer if you word like that. I would appreciate it. So yeah, the parole in place, keeping families together program was shut down. So that's gonna there's something in writing. So it doesn't shut down marriage green card. It just means you have to go the regular route, which is the I-618 waiver and do the embassy processing. It was a way to circumvent having to do that, but that's what happens. Shama says, I did I-131A and had an appointment in Djibouti. They took my passport. So you know how long? See, that's why you should talk with a lawyer that's good. A lot of lawyers will tell you to I-131A. I usually would never recommend that in 99 of 100 cases. But that's really private consultation. It's not good for public to talk about this stuff. It's really personal. Janelle says, my friend's vow was pending before she was overstaying. Now she had risk deportation. No, when you have a vow pending, they're not going to touch you. Carla says, I was granted military parole in place. Congratulations, Marla. Hopefully you could adjust status based on that. I'll have to see. Hippie says, I'm a naturalized U.S. citizen spouse overseas in Nepal, waiting for interview date for her. Okay, yeah, Nepal's not too bad. Every year I do one Nepal case. Only annoying thing about Nepal is, I mean, it's the country's not annoying, but you got to go to the capital, and if you don't live in the capital in Nepal, for those who know, Nepal is one of the most mountainous countries in the world. If you want to go from like one town to another, you got to get on a plane, and it's kind of dangerous, and fly over just for your interview. So my client had to get on a plane and go visit there for his biometrics, and go back and forth, pick up the passport. I was like, oh wow, Nepal is interesting. Sarah says, if the serving in Nepal is denied, why don't they tell you at the visa interview instead of finish processing? Because the government sucks. That's just the way they are. It's not good answers. It's just like no one cares. No one cares. No one's helpful. That kind of thing. But I've never seen it be approved for a green card case. Maybe if it's like a student visa, probably not. They'll still deny it. But maybe there's an exception where you ask for a waiver on that. But a green card case, they're just going to deny it. Tara says, I'm waiting for about 1 year on my 612 hardship waiver. Is that normal? Yeah, these things are all backed up. Gruva says, can you let us know if you can file? Gruva, I don't know. I got to see your case. I can't tell you whether you can file something or not. Sarah says for K1, yeah, if K1, why would they do that for K1? Yeah, unfortunately, they're just gonna deny your K1. It's very unlikely this to get approved. I may be wrong. I can't guarantee it, but I wouldn't have taken your money for that case, Sarah. I wouldn't, because I know what's gonna happen. I'm like, I just couldn't have you pay me money to do that because I know where it's going to go. Unfortunate. Brock says, I'm a citizen. I'm 7 months pregnant. Congratulations. What can I do for my undocumented boyfriend of 1 year? I don't know. I have to see if he entered lawfully or not, if he has advanced parole with DACA or something like that, if he has 245I exception. Maybe you go through the waiver, 618 waiver, Brock. So there's we got to see what's going on in your case. But you have to be married. A boyfriend, girlfriend relationship doesn't do anything. Alicia says, does submitting pictures and medical assist in getting I-1 approved faster? I don't know why you'd want to assist the medical for I-131. You should have evidence of your relationship. That's a smart idea to do it. But it just, I can't say it goes fast or slower, just whenever the government gets to it. Can a asylum seeker marry a U.S. citizen and apply for a green card? They can, but it depends on your entry. If you didn't enter lawfully, it's going to be a problem. You won't be able to adjust status. You have to do other things. Pradi, one more question, sir. Came on F1 visa, became out of status, applied for asylum case, went to court, concurrently on TPS. Can I go back to student visa? No, that's done, but you can study on a TPS. I'm Prince. What do you think about EB3 program during Trump administration? I don't know. I can't tell the future. I don't have the ability to do that yet. Shama says, the embassy told me to do all these steps, and I did it. They told me to wait. Yeah, the embassy's going to tell you that. That's why you have a lawyer that knows what they're talking about, because the embassy's just going to read what the book says. And that's why you have a pay professional stuff. Yeah. DBG says, what is the best way to get a green card for Indian origin? It really depends on your background. Junia says, someone's case is pending, so in that case, her newborn child will fall under a birthright citizenship ban. I don't know. The question doesn't make full sense. It really depends on the facts of your case, your background, all that kind of stuff. Notification says, good morning, sir. What are my other options besides waiting if I get I-824 tired of waiting? Sometimes we do an I-130 and see which one gets approved faster, but that's it. I mean, if it's, I don't know, that's really it. You sue, send money on that, see if I goes anywhere. Aksu says, my individual hearing got canceled. We don't have the court cases, so I don't want to advise on that. Brock's, okay, Prince, sorry, not Prince's. Brock Lee married to him, okay. Serena, my boyfriend's on DACA, lives in Arizona. Do you think he is safer to move here to California? Probably. Because Arizona's got all sorts of stuff. I can't advise people on where to move and stuff like that. I got to just put that on the record, but, you know, it's Arizona. They're not really immigration friendly over there. Hippie said, they got documents. They qualified this week. I fear admin processing, just getting ready with all the documents. Yeah, that's probably going to happen, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Still says, just filed my wife's I-130 in August of this year. I'm a citizen. Will the Trump policy affect progress of it? Not the I-130, but there's other parts of the case that can be affected. Dr. Bola, when is the priority date current for EB2 NIW? It depends on you. Go to a Visa Bulletin and check it out. Go type in Visa Bulletin into Google, and there'll be a list of times there. Can I still apply for advanced parole for medical purposes out of DACA? You can apply for it. I'm not sure it's going to get done before Trump comes and stops the program, but I mean, that's definitely something people should do in your situation. What's better, fiance visa or marriage case? It really depends on your goals. Usually it's marriage, Rama, but it depends on your case. Some people it's better to do K1. Like 1 out of 10 times K1's better, but I have a detailed video on this, Rama. Go to my YouTube page, go to JQK Law YouTube page and search for fiance visa versus marriage visa. I have like a 10-minute video describing it, so it's better to just go there. Okay. Shami says 1 year for K1. Okay. Jessica says, can asylum seeker marry you? Already answered that question. You're welcome, Steele McLean. How about TVs? visa? How long did I get a green card? It takes forever. It's going to take a long time. Guru follows up. Grelov follows up. Can you let us know if beneficiary previously applied for Canada PR? Can we mention this for I-130? There's no a foreign immigration application doesn't matter for the I-130. I'm not sure why. There's no question for that, but I might misunderstand. Yeah. Alicia says, can someone travel to the U.S. on a visitor visa while their I-130 is pending approval? They could try. It's up to the people at the border whether they'll let you in. They usually do, but it depends on your experiences. Jimmo says, any advice for birthright citizenship? I don't really know what the question is. Advice on it's not a full question. It's just no. I don't understand the question. What to say? How to track my green card? Use your receipt number. Serena, my boyfriend's on DACA. Okay, answer the question. What about 601A waiver? What about them? I'm applying for I-751. Ospen says in a few months. Is the extension work as a regular green card getting back to the U.S.? Yeah, just have the expired green card and the extension notice. That's the receipt notice. Jay says, my asylum application was denied. We don't handle asylum in court and stuff, so I can't really guide on that. What about naturalization through military? Well, that could be something to speed up the process, but we got to review your case. Will H4 EAD go away? Well, they definitely want it to go away in the new administration, but I don't know. Can't really guess what's happening. Mr. Colley says, can they denaturalize someone who got their citizenship through military and is still in? No, unless there's errors in the process. Eve says, I'm an immigrant, but I've been living here in the U.S. for 22 years and know English 100%. That's good. Will I still get deported? I don't know anything about you to be able to say if you have status or not. Why is EB3 stay stagnant? I don't know. There's just too many people applying for it, and the government's not moving the numbers forward. USCIS asked for medical exam for green card case. Yeah. Can you apply for e-visa even with your husband? I don't know why your husband. I don't know if that question makes sense. But even with your husband, I don't know what that means. Why you would mention that with relative. Will I-601 waiver adjudication be tougher now? Probably. I don't know. Probably. Just got married to a DACA recipient. How long does it take for advanced pro to get sent? You got to apply first, and it could be 3 months, could be 9 months, could be longer, could be shorter. I've been working on a B1 visa. Can I still get a green card? Well, your violation prevents you from getting most types of green cards, unless you marry a U.S. citizen or something like that, or file for asylum or something like that. But the violation is not good. Can you speak of denaturalization for people in the military? I mean, if you did your case well, there's no denaturalization going on unless there's errors in your case. Madu follows up. I submitted I-130 since March 7, 2024. No yet approved. Is it okay? I don't know. I don't know anything about your case, what you submitted. I can't really answer that. I haven't read your paperwork. Sometimes things take a while. I was born here in the U.S., not my husband. What if we have a baby? Will the baby be a citizen? For you to be able to transfer citizenship to your child, and for some reason it's controversial. People get angry at me when I say this, but the law is you have to have lived in the United States for 5 years, 2 of which are after the age of 14, 3 or 2 of which have to be, I think it's 2 of which have to be over the age of 14. So if you didn't stay in the U.S. Long enough, that's the rule, I think. Don't quote me on that because I haven't said the quote in a while, the rule in a while. But if you haven't satisfied the physical presence requirement, then you can't pass down citizenship to your child. What you'll have to do is apply for a green card for the child, have them come to the United States and live with you, then they become citizens. Says denaturalization is coming. I mean, there's an agency they're going to fund for it, but I've done videos and all this stuff on everywhere saying it's not something typical people should be worried about. What is a timeline for VAWA? Years to get that in. What I need to do if petitioner died after I-130 approved, beneficiary lives in the U.S. from day one. You need to apply for humanitarian reinstatement if you have a person that can take the place of the petitioner. Humanitarian reinstatement, put that in Google. The USCIS page will come up for that. I'm sorry to hear about the loss. How can immigrant who enter illegally, who is now married U.S. citizen, start the process? We probably have to do a waiver. unless there's some sort of exception. So like 245I exception or something like that. But I-130, just to show your relationship is real. Then I-618 waiver if they keep that program alive. And then eventually consular processing. What will happen to TPS? I don't know. Brock, you keep asking the same question, and I've answered it in multiple ways. So is PIP just canceled? The keeping families together pro in place is canceled, but like military pro in place is still there. So it's just one version of PIP is done. Should I renew my DACA or adjust with U.S. husband? Do both. To be safe, do both. If you can't afford it or it's too much money, don't do the DACA if you have a clean adjustment case. I don't know if you do, but just to be safe, do both. What is the waiting time for I-130? So there's like 6 different bases for I-130. It's like if you're a parent or child or spouse of a U.S. citizen, parent or child of a green card holder, adult child of a green card holder, adult child of a citizen, married adult child of a citizen, or sibling, brother or sister. So we see what's the waiting time for I-130 is different for every kind of case. And eventually, if you're doing a preference category, it means you're not a citizen doing I-130 for parent, child, or spouse. There's different timelines based on the country you're from. So your one question opens up like 4 different questions I got to ask you, which would then open up 4 more, and it becomes a half-an-hour consultation. How long for H4 EAD if your partner's in recruiting stage of perm right now? It's gonna be a while. Yeah, that's about it. Beirut says, I can't get original police clearance from Iran for an interview for green card. Well, importantly, that's why you have a good lawyer, is you don't need a police clearance from Iran. The U.S. doesn't accept police clearances from Iran. So we've never, ever, ever in my career of 15 years doing Iranian green card cases for interview, unless you've been like arrested for murders, unless you have crime, they've never needed clearances. Now, you might get Behruz or B Behruzi. The National Visa Center might come back and ask for it because but they don't know what they're talking about sometimes. But if you go to if you type in visa reciprocity Iran, it'll be a chart from the Department of State, and then you scroll down to the police certificate portion, and if you read it, it says not required from Iran because they're not trustworthy. Yeah, the embassy said it, Behruzi, or the National Visa Center said it. Keaton says, I have an I-130 pending for my green card, my spouse. How long is wait time in Jamaica? Probably going to be a year or 2. Sophia says, is Trump going to make it harder to travel with AP? I don't know. Hyon says, I-45 pending, paired of USC. Do the derivatives need to be signed individually? Yeah, for a U.S. citizen, yeah. And the derivatives aren't going to be part of that case because they're just not going to work out for them. So yeah, NBC bears, yeah, as I said, they make mistakes. They don't know what they're talking about. So usually we say, hey, listen, move the case for the embassy. Let's deal with the consular officer. If you want to reference the visa reciprocity chart, as I mentioned. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, Hyon, talk with the immigration and private schedule consultation. When a U.S. citizen applies for their parents, they could directly get a green card for them pretty quickly, adjustment of status. But the minor siblings they may have are whole different cases, and they're going to take forever. So you're stuck in this conundrum where the children might not be able to live here. That's a mess of situation. So if you says, do you recommend traveling AP? I don't recommend anything to anybody who's not my client. Generally, unless it's an emergency, I don't recommend traveling, but I can't tell you, Sophia, anything because I don't even know enough about you, even what you're telling me. Unless I have a contract with you and I have full representation, I can't recommend something. Now, in general, you could get in the car, get a car accident going to work. Now, do I recommend driving? Yeah, go drive. But do car accidents happen every day? Do people buy insurance every day? Yeah. So unless it's an emergency, don't travel. That's the best I could tell you. Keenan says, I-130 pending for my green card, and my spouse is, we answered that question. Kira says, my husband is on H-2B visa from Mexico. How can he stay while waiting for green card? I have to see his case. I mean, he's to maintain status. It depends on if you file for a green card or not, what kind of green card you file for. Like, are you a U.S. citizen? If so, and you have a green card he's pending, he could just stay probably. So I got to know his background, but that's probably what the situation. But I need to talk with you to see what's going on. Zane says, my brother married a woman on a visitor visa. How long before she get a work permit if we file for papers? I mean, so Kira, probably your husband just stay. How can he stay while waiting? So when you have a green card case pending, you just stay in the United States as long as it's a clean, good case. So schedule a private consultation. We can talk about your case a little bit because I just want to make sure you don't create problems for yourself. jqklaw.com/contact. Zane says, my brother married a woman on a visitor visa. If you file for a work permit with a green card case, right now, they're 9 out of 10 times they're coming a month after filing, but it could be longer. How long do I have to be married to petition? There's no length of marriages. You could be married for a day. We usually, clients get married, and then the next day we file it. Zachariah says, what will be the overcome if you answer yes, that you've been deported, outcome, you mean, if you answer yes, that you've been deported, but it's not voluntary departure on M400? We got to see. You got deported is a big deal. I got to read the whole court record, why you were deported, how you got a green card in the first place, if the case is still open or closed. Zachary, you need to consult with an immigration attorney, see what's going on. Okay, what is it? Okay, answer that. DACA and did AP. Congrats, Eki. I just sent my AOS I-130. Should I send another I-76 because DACA might end? Yeah, might as well. It's $260, but might as well. We have a waiver question, I-192. Waivers nigh on to take forever. Who knows? There says, another question, does the petitioner have to be in the U.S. at the time of the interview for the green card? If you're Iranian, yes, with evidence. If you're from like Germany, you could just say, listen, my spouse will move with me to the U.S. at the same time. But they don't give that flexibility for Iranian cases. So the domicile requirements, the technically domicile requirement, Bibi Aruzi, is going to probably require that your spouse be in the United States and have evidence, work and housing and stuff here. So the consular officers will be okay with signing it. But you're going to have to, sorry to really tell you this, but you're not going to get the green card soon because it's going to be forever. You're still at the NBC stage. By the time you're going to have an interview scheduled, it's going to be 6 months to a year and a half. And then when you have your interview, it's probably a travel ban. So the visa is not being issued. He's my stepfather. Your stepfather, very unlikely he's going to be in the U.S. anytime soon in the next couple of years, based on the current status quo, unless he's Canadian citizen too or something. I live in Australia. If you're the petitioner, you can't be living in Australia, so they're going to deny that case. You got to be living in the U.S. eventually. So they'll be more flexible, but you have to say, I'm going to move with my stepfather to the U.S., and it has to be realistic, have evidence of it. You're probably getting Australia's a little backed up too, so it might take a while to get an interview. It'll still be faster than if you weren't living, if he wasn't. It depends on where he's living. So it's a mess, but it's one of those things we should have consulted with us first. But that's the situation. How can I contact you? Milo says, go to our website, jqqlaw.com/contact, jqqlaw.com/contact. My stepfather is a petitioner. I got to see what's going on there, Rizzi. I got to see what's going on in your case. It's too case specific at this point. Please schedule a consultation. You got it, man. But it doesn't look good, unfortunately. Callie says, I applied my asylum 3 months ago. Well, I don't know what's going to happen with the asylum case. I got my green card, 10-year green card, divorced now after 3 years. How soon can I remarry my new spouse? We can remarry whenever you want, but we got to have evidence and be able to answer that your marriage wasn't fake. So it's more about proving your initial relationship was real and how we could back that up, even though you got I-751 approved, it seems. All right, near the end of the show, we got a lot of questions, but okay. U.S. citizenship to a child born of U.S. no cons report, consular record. How do you get proof of citizenship? I don't know. We got to schedule a private consultation. We got to see what's going on. What if someone has a DWAR but permanent resident? I mean, it's not the worst thing, but it depends on, did you hit somebody? How drunk were you? How long has it been? And all that kind of stuff. And Trump last time was trying to crack down on that. He got more flexible under Biden, but if you essentially have 2, it's done. So you really need to talk to a lawyer if you're going to file for citizenship, especially. Hi, I canceled asylum now. VAWA. Can I visit my country? Consult with an attorney to see what you said in your asylum application. Zachariah says, how can we contact you? Zachariah, I don't really handle a case that has deportation history like that. So I mean, we sketch. It's best to consult with other attorneys because I don't handle cases that have deportation history. Please answer Liz, my God, LOL. Yeah, we just answered her. Yeah, guys, don't say the same question over and again. Most of my feed is the same question, so it confuses me. It has longer. I'm going one by one every question. So frankly, it's just rude if you ask your question 50 times like this. I have a DACA, married to a citizen. Answer that, and I got legal entry through advanced parole. What can I do? Get a green card. Lorena, schedule a private consultation. Go to jqqlaw.com, Lorena, and jqqlaw.com/contact, and we'll take it from there. Janet says, I'm using advanced parole DACA to go to Mexico. Does count as legal entry if I come back same day? I mean, go and do what you said you would do on your advanced parole request, whatever that is. and that only takes a day, then that's that. But I really wouldn't go the same day. That they might not let you back in. Millie says, I'm married. My husband lives in a different country. Can I still submit his paperwork? I mean, you get it started, but it really depends on the whole fact pattern. But sometimes people are U.S. citizens living here, their spouse is overseas, and they apply for them to come live here. That's pretty normal. But since you're asking, I'm kind of like worried because I'm like, there might be something going on. But that's a typical case. Lorena, please schedule a consult. I'd love to talk with you about your case. We do adjustment of status for DACA advanced parole applicants all the time. It's a regular case that we do. Kezia says, my husband's on DACA, came in 1993 illegally by my parents. No crimes. What should we do now? You should have got advanced parole. See if you get that quick. What will happen to the Welcome Course program? I never really learned. I never got involved because we don't do asylum cases, so I'm not familiar with what the Welcome Course process does. My daughter's boyfriend of 7 years has been on DACA since he was 10. What to do? Advice? I mean, everybody on DACA should have done advanced parole. It's crazy that they didn't when they knew that was a thing. You get advanced parole, and if you're married to a citizen after your travel, you get a green card. Shauna says, if my mother lives in another state, can I die for her? I mean, probably me file for her. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully it's not die for her. Entry illegal as a child. I need parole in place. Spouse is not in military. Does it benefit to I-130? Well, you got to do I-618 waiver. Juco 8. Kezia says, my husband is on DACA. Okay, answer that question. All right, so we got a lot of repeat questions. Let me flip through it because we're about to end the show. Let me see if something pops out that's interesting. So all the people asking about DACA and marriage, you need to have lawful entry to be able to file adjustment status, or you need to do an I-618 waiver. It's going to take a while. Or if you enter lawfully and then got DACA, then you just file for green card for married U.S. citizen. So please go to jqqlaw.com/contact, schedule a private consultation with me, do a video consultation so we can individually break down what you need. And because every case is different, so I don't want to give like generic information. So I'm going to scroll to the last question. P says, I'm a green card holder, will be a citizen by December. Can I do anything? Give my husband's permanent entry legal? As a permanent entry legal? I don't know. Schedule consultation. I got to see what his background is. Is owning a smoke shop affect immigration benefits? Not unless it's a marijuana shop, but like a cigar shop. It doesn't matter. How long before receiving I-765 receipt can I get my approval through pending asylum? I don't understand what you mean by that. Okay, so we got to end the show. We'll be back again next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Follow us wherever you're watching us. Because what I do is I do pop-ups a lot of times on Sunday when I have more time, and I just randomly do another half hour of this so we can jump into it. But the best is schedule private consultation, jqqlaw.com/contact. Again, that's jqqlaw.com/contact, and we can schedule a private video consultation to really break down what's going on in your case with you, your spouse, your parent, whoever is involved in the case. Having said that, God bless, be safe. I'll see you all for sure next Tuesday. Oh, God willing, next Tuesday. Bye-bye.